Hello and welcome back to Getting Started with Azure App Service Highlights. My name is Chris Howd and I'm here with
Jeff Morgan.
All right, in this section we're going to be talking about diagnostics, some of the logging and that kind of thing. Let's get started.
Right, so any website, no matter what, is going to have a problem at some time, right? You need to go ahead and figure out
My
what's
website
wrong.
always has a problem.
I'm sure yours is fine, but everybody else's website usually has a problem at some
Mine's
point.
not live though, so
Okay,
it's
well,
not as big a problem.
So finding those problems quickly and being able to triage what's going on is important. And so Azure Web Apps has a few ways we can do this. It has a couple of automated bots that will help you triage issues as they're happening. Yeah, the bots have come to Azure Web Apps.
Cool.
We also have alerts so that if you, say, have a bunch of 404 errors that happen within a few seconds of each other, maybe something's indicative of something else going wrong, we can go ahead and send out alerts to let you know that something's going down with your website. And then we also have the logs, of course, for deployments and for general running of your site in case something goes wrong. You can go back to those logs and track down what's going on.
Very cool. So now in our edX course, we talked about Kudu, right? Our kind of our back end.
Right. Kudu being the back end that runs the deployment cycle. Whenever you check in code that's a node module or say an ASP.NET Core site that maybe needs the package refreshing, Kudu is what's running that behind the scenes.
It's kind of like a shadow site.
It's a shadow site behind your site. We look at how you can get to that site and how you can see what's going on there.
Okay, and then we also talked about diagnostics and logging.
Yeah.
And alerts. We did a whole bunch of stuff and we walk you through it. It's really good. And but we have some new stuff like what you were just saying with the
they're always
bots
making web apps better. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the new features that we've got to go ahead and diagnose some issues.
All right, Jeff. Let's take a look.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here and jump to the portal. And so I'm here in my web app. And if I'm having a problem here, I've got this new Diagnose and Solve Problems tab. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And you can see here that I've got a bot suddenly talking to me. And it tells me, it asks me what kind of problem I'm having. So maybe I say, you know what, I've noticed that my web app has been kind of slow lately. And so what it'll do is it's going to go ahead and pull some metrics and determine how long has my response has been. Am I getting slower and slower? Is my system being overwhelmed? Here we can actually see this site is perfectly fine. It's happy and healthy. I get some notifications here that I haven't had any time any of those commands have taken more than 10 seconds to go through. So that's good. My site is generally happy. My users should be pretty good.
Okay, great. So that's you picked one scenario.
Right. So I can pick another one as well. I can come in here and say maybe I've noticed that my CPU usage is really high. And so now I can actually see the CPU usage on the virtual machine that my site is running on. I can see how much that CPU is being used, and if I am going, maxing it out, maybe I need to make my machine a little bit bigger.
Okay, really nice.
So, and then we can look at another one here, just like you can look at high CPU usage, we can look at memory usage as well. We can see here our platform has been completely available the whole time, so we're good there. Our site's running well.
All right, great. And now is this, are these customizable screens, or what do you do if you're not finding, what you want here? Can you go and dig in yourself? Or?
Yeah, so you can go ahead and you can customize these to see a little bit more information. You can see the number of requests over time, and you can go ahead and group this data a little bit more. You can also dive in here and do even more analysis into the number of pages. Maybe particular pages are taking long. You've got certain calls that are very expensive to make. You can really dive into a lot of information here.
Okay, that's great. Seems like that's a pretty helpful tool.
Yeah, and so we've got a couple of other options as well. You can scroll down here to the bottom. You can jump into alerts. And here is where you can go ahead and you can add new alerts based on all sorts of metrics from your site. So maybe I want an alert every time I've got a really high CPU usage. And so I can go ahead and say, hey, I want an alert every time it's greater than 50% usage. Maybe then I want to go in and analyze the site myself. So you can set these rules up. In the edX course, we go into depth on how to do this and how to set them up, get alerts to your email or your phone or whatever you need, however your device is set up to get these information and go ahead and get your site running well again.
Okay, very cool demo. Thank you for showing us that. Like you say, in the full edX course, we get into some of the other things, but you've shown us something new here that's actually not in the course.
Right.
So that was
right.
That was nice.
Always keep checking back. They're always adding new functionality to that portal, and so things to make your life easier all the time.
Right. Good deal. All right. So
So just like we said in the edX course, I did want to mention, so we go over alerts in the edX course. We also go over Kudu, and we do a bunch of extra work with logging as well. If you wanted to look at the deployment logs, if you wanted to take a look at the live running site logs, if you write to standard out or console log, we show you how to get to all those kinds of logs as well.
Excellent. Okay, so once again, you have, you've seen this video, it's great, shows you all these different things, you try it yourself, you get stuck, maybe, go to the full edX course, we'll walk you through everything in there. There'll be some things that we haven't actually gone through today, right? But you can try on your own and get that helping hand to kind of walk you through that process. You see the link here on the screen, www.edx.org, takes you to the main page of the site. Just search for all the different courses that Microsoft offers through edX, including this Getting Started with Azure App Service course. Thank you very much for joining us for this last section of the course, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.